as if I could be moving myself over to where I need to be to play. All right. So,
Jen is
oh, we're
asking
gonna.
for
Oh,
that.
what?
Can we cut out strips of text and glue them together? That could have been sort of what I had seen.
Hmm.
You know,
Oh,
they found text somewhere else and glued it on another page.
could
Anyway,
be, but
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
that's later.
yeah. All right. Let me. Oh, and thank you for answering, Felicity. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. Well, he was able to write back. We'll find out more, later. So, all right. What am I doing? I am going to put in the chat. Well, I guess apparently I'm sharing my screen first. And let me make that big. So as I was looking, I did find a couple, and I decided on this one called. I'm guessing it's called Yilla. And let me show hers because it's way more impressive. Yeah.
Starts out looking so simple.
I know, right? And I can't remember if if you sent this to me in recommendation of doing it, you don't have to admit it at all. But if you did, this, yeah, very cool. Oh, Johnny, well, maybe, but I mean, these are about 2 by 2, I think, size that I did it on. You could do it. You could do it in whatever size, because a part of me was like, oh, I'm gonna have to do this on a bijou later, but I kind of already have. So, we'll look at my step out first. I didn't necessarily do anything different, but I'll show you that anybody can do this on my step out, and then we'll look at Teresa's. So, and I because I just for some reason have to. It's like starts off with a curved line, and then I don't think it matters how many spokes you do, but up to you. The one thing I found, well, actually, it could be fixed. You want to have some space in between, because we are going to bring stuff back around. So that's just one suggestion. So after you have all of your spokes, then we're going to come back with a secondary line and keep it just shy of what you already did. And this one, we're going on the right side of of what you did already. Although, I mean, I'm sure you could do it backwards. You just have to think harder. Well, and then two, if you do it backwards, you probably would need to curve. You want to do this the way they're curved. So if they're curving to the right, then put the secondary one to the right. That would be my guess. But as always, there would be a way to figure it out if not. So, okay. We are going to do a bit of hollowbowing. We're doing actually kind of both hollowbowing and auraing in this one. So this one, you could pick a spoke, any spoke. It's not going to necessarily matter. And as you can see, the secondary one, we're going to pick one to start from, and we're going to do a big spiral going underneath all of these spaces that we just created. And this part, I kept changing it up because as I was doing it, I was playing at the same time. I'm like, okay, and then that's why we'll look at Teresa's afterwards. So I just did a spiral, kind of going in, again, going underneath all those spaces. Then going to the left, oh, Sharona's working on an altered book now. Yeah, yeah, that's cool. So we're gonna go to the left, and again, taking that, the smaller spoke, and come around, essentially auraing what we've already done, but it's a spiral going on the inside. And then from that same section, we'll say, so taking the longer spoke, we're just gonna do a curve line. And because I did make one as I was playing, one mistake. I was like, we're not going to the tip of the one to the right. We're like doing like a reverse hollow bow. So we're taking that line so it meets up with this, so that it looks as if we started. I was thinking, gosh, wouldn't it make sense to just start on one if I started here and went down? But I think as I was doing, I'm like, no, it seems like we need to do this so that way it's kind of placed right. It seems to me, because part of me is like, well, for efficiency, couldn't we just start here? But I think there's probably a better reason to leave that as a separate step. You can play with that if you want. All right, then. Okay, so we have that. So we have what looks like a a solid spiral. Then it's still working to the left or going counterclockwise. On that lower spoke, we're just going to start from the tip and bring it in, hollow bowing under whatever you come across down to the center. But in my example, I didn't leave enough room because I'm like, I wasn't necessarily thinking or looking ahead. But at the same time, it doesn't matter. I didn't really have a whole lot of room, so that way there's a gap. So you're going to come back, and then the step after that, we go to the outer, and essentially aura what we did. And so if you can make it back in on step 9, looks a lot cleaner. If you can make it back into the center, this is how we're completing. We're making what looks like those loops that go around the spiral, is by doing that. And then we just continue that all the way around, is putting, one on the center, then one on the outside, and just do that for each one. And that's it. And then shade and play. Easy as pie.
Your
All
last
right.
one, you've got plenty of room to go back. You see
Yeah.
all of them completed.
Yeah. So it helps to leave. Yeah, it definitely helps to leave room. And then too, I had to look back. I'm like, oh, well, this first one doesn't have that loop. It doesn't, because it's almost like the spiral starts from the center, comes out, and is going around. So this one of them isn't going to have that loop. But yeah, so I was, making the spiral bigger, not trying to get it down to the center too quick. That helped. And then maybe having bigger space in between those spokes. But so here's Theresa's work, and also so you can see just some other ideas. Now wait, because like this one, so she did like a double or something. I don't know. I have to think too hard to figure that out. But it just, like I said, it looks really, really neat. And once you kind of get it, it's not as bad as it looks. At least this one I could explain fairly well. So, all right, both of those links are in there. Now the debate: do I work on a Zendala, because that would be good? Well, since Mom's working on a square, I could work on a Zendala.
Yeah, I'll let you.
As if it matters.
I was just reading the chats, and Sharona said she's working on an altered book. Just thinking,
Yes.
because I've done altered books, and when you do altered books, you cut out pages
Oh,
to make
right.
room for all the other junk you put in. And I remember when I taught the class on that, I remember telling them, don't throw those other pages away. No, because they then can be used for what you're going to do. And I might have some. I have to go look in my
There you
altered book
go.
area.
Yeah. Okay. So, if I was smart, I'd use the cheaty thing to find my center, but I'm not. I'm going to eyeball it. And I'm going to use white on this. Let's make sure it's working. Because this could be fun. We'll throw a little embossing in there. All right. I'm going to guess this is the center. Well, you can't even see that. Okay. Can you see? No. All right. So first step was super easy, but make sure to leave room. So when you do these spokes, make sure to leave room at the top, because we're going to, well, no, I take that back. No, I take that back, because you can just come from the top down. So you could extend it. Okay. Wait. Okay. And Sharona is trying this out in a book. Because you could just tangle in a book over pages. It's like a prep tile, sort of. Wait, now Antonia, are you saying this is scary right now with this part that we're doing?
Just wait. Someone asked earlier, do you explain more about your book, and said
Oh,
is
yeah.
something about, is this the book Cherie's writing? Cherie is not writing a book. New.
No, yeah, yeah, two different books we're talking about. Yeah, so yeah, there's the book that, well, I'm writing, but I'm asking everyone to participate if you wish to. And Mom's just talking about ripping up books and making things.
Yes.
That was the other conversation. Oh, okay.
Maybe after Heather learns how to do one, I'll do one.
Yeah, there we go. All right. So then once you have whatever's long, then, and of course, there's no right or wrong, however far apart you want these, I'm calling them the secondary lines to be, up to you. If you accidentally, I'm like, well, no, that one's a bit close, but the nice thing is we can just extend, right? So that's another good reason to leave room in case you need to extend something.
I've
Course
had to
correction.
add a six. I have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I have 6.
Oh, I
Only
have
because
5.
I had this really big gap. I didn't judge too good.
Ah,
And I thought, it
well,
won't matter. It'll
all my
just
other
show an
ones,
example of doing 6.
1, 2, wait. Oh, because in hers she has, wait, 6. Yeah,
What?
I think in mine I had 6. This one I have 5, just because that's how it worked
Oh,
out.
you mean I'm doing it right?
You are.
What? Oh, yeah,
Okay.
you do have 6. Okay,
Yeah.
look at that.
No, yeah, but I have 5 in this one because I was like, you know what? Oh, and Amy ended up with 7. It's whatever ends up happening. It's all good. Okay, so then, like I said, pick a spoke. It's not going to matter. Although doing a spiral on a big, although maybe if I turn it, that should help.
Do you go from the tall one or the short
So we're
one?
going from the short one. So pick a spoke, and we're
Okay.
going from the short one, and then making, come on, pen, and then making a spiral, and then this one don't spiral in too fast. Is, I guess, the way I'm thinking about it. And then just making sure to hollow bow underneath what in between the 2 lines that we just did. My challenge was like, okay, well, how do I, it's like, wait, let me look at hers again. Oh, hold on a second. Pausing. All right. I always have to just check just in case there's an emergency. All right. So anyway, so what I was looking back is it's like, okay, so we go around and then, have some space on a second time, and then maybe you could work to bring it in quicker or something like that.
Doesn't
Something like
matter
that. It
really
doesn't matter.
how many
Yeah.
times you go around.
Yeah. All right. And then, so find, where we started, and then go, where I say counterclockwise. So we're going to the left a spoke. And then here, same thing, we're starting on the smaller one. And then as you bring it in, and I think some of it just naturally, so if I'm just doing a curve line, we want it to fall under this, because as we continue it, like I said, maybe it's just something that happens naturally. Then we're essentially auraing that curve-ish. And when we get to the play stuff, then I'll talk about the book thing. Yeah, okay, that works, even though that line looks a little bit flat. All right, then going back to where we just worked, this one we're going to use the long one. Have difficulty seeing it, the white on the gray? I was worried about that. I can always start again. I'm just thinking how I can make that better, because usually it doesn't have a problem. All right, so we're gonna where we just started, use the top one, and and if you want to make a little mark here, because we want this to line up with this as if we're hollow bowing it.
Oh, from the same, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm gonna do it again. I think, Jen, just on maybe just the white tile or something. It's one of those that, yeah. Well, I don't know. Hopefully it's seeable now. As it dries, that's what doesn't help. Okay, then because I'm still having to go back. Okay, back to where we started, and then coming here. I'll finish. I'll get us started on this one, and then I'll start again. So that way, if you messed up or got lost, this will get us started on the last part. Okay, so again, going back counterclockwise, one spoke on the smaller one. Now, if you wanted to bring this up and curve it, you could. I'm just going to bring it down like just from the point, and we're going to hollow bow that back down to the center. So I'm coming from this point and coming down to the center. Then from the tip, the tallest one, same thing. And we're just making a curve line coming down to the center. All right. And then you just continue that all the way around. This one, though, I mean, you might have to raise, let's see, what are they?
It's amazing.
Isn't it? I'm looking back. You might have to fudge. Oh no, this one you don't have to fudge at all. The one that where we started right on, because you just pretend that you're bringing it down and just start your line here. All right, let me start again, so that way with something that everybody can for sure see. And do I have? Well, I have a 10, a 1. I have pink. Well, let's use this because it's a pen and it's a little thicker. Okay. Okay, so starting, anyone that, if you got lost or need to start again, do that with something that everybody can see good. All right, so again, curve lines coming from wherever you want center to be. See, and that's where I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and I guess if I just divide that in half, then look at, I have 6 on this one. Ha! Okay. Then the secondary one, so coming from that same center point, and again, leaving them a little smaller, knowing we can course correct both lines. And I'll take extra pauses. All right. So from this point, I will go a little slower. And I will also try to look for thumbs up after the steps. So again, this one was, pick a spoke, any spoke, and we're going to do the smaller of the two, and this will do our spiral. And so what we've created, right, are these little sections that will go behind. Boom. Making that spiral. And I'm just going to keep curving. And well, no, it is going in. Okay. The nice thing about this, you could kind of course correct as you go, instead of, because like in my mind, I'm like, oh, you should do a spiral like all in one thing. But if you just keep turning your tile, and then like here, I felt like I was bringing it up higher versus like just a regular curve. Like a little bit different angle, because I was feeling like it was going in too quick. And kind of like once you've gone around, you're on your second, what we call that, second second turn, I
Rotation.
guess. Rotation. That's a better word. Then, figure out how to bring it in like that. And still in the end, it doesn't matter. Oh, and I like the way that you're shading that, doing that in the half like that.
Yes,
Ooh,
I'm seeing what happens.
that's nice. Okay. And for those that were having difficulty,
And
good.
I went over my spiral after it was on this completed one with a heavier pen,
I
just
like that.
because and to clean it up. It
Mhm,
really
mhm.
is why I did it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like that.
This
Okay.
looks almost steampunky. I
Oh,
mean, it
it could
could.
be, couldn't it? Especially if you did like you
Put some
did with having it stay kind of more angular, like,
mhm.
having the points stay the points versus um in Teresa's, well, I don't know, some of them are pointed, but a lot of them are rounded as it goes around. Oh, sure thing, Shirley. Okay, so we did the one spiral, then going, I'm saying backwards, but going counterclockwise to the spoke previous, still on the smaller one, the secondary one, and same idea, except as you bring your curve around, you just want to make sure that it's under that because we want to create that section. And I say, after you do it once, or for those that are really good, that you can have fun with it as you're doing it. I have to do them a couple times, like, oh, next time I'll try this, because you could totally have fun with having like this be wider and then maybe get narrower as you come in. Mine just seems like it's doing it naturally. I'm not really thinking about it. And I think, well, yeah, I mean, I think once you get the first spiral, then the second one isn't so bad. And then after this, so this is where we're coming up, we're at the same place that we worked. This time we're not going backwards one, but we're going to bring this tip so that way it meets that first spiral that we did. So if, like I said, if you want to, put a little mark so that way where you're aiming, it's just helpful sometimes. And especially if you're just making a little mark as it, or you could draw it from this way, draw it backwards. So coming from here, air drawing over that, and then as long as you're landing on the tip, so that you could do that. Okay, and then this one again, working backwards, going from the tip, and we're just making a nice curved line into the center, and then from the outer one, and this might be where you might want to, if you need to bring out the line a little bit, up to you, like that. So then we're bringing both of those tips back down to the center. Wow, I should have pulled that one out. And just halibowing anything in your way.
What was that?
I don't know. Wait, let's see.
Oh, my scissors sprung open.
Oh,
It's kind of the scissors.
oh yeah, you didn't
I
have
had
them
them
latched good.
closed, and I sitting up here, and it just sprung open. It does that occasionally.
Oh, which part did you goof at, Antonia? Since I'm not finished yet. Well, I just have one more. Oh, and with that white on the other side, oh, that's really cool. And this is one of those, I should have explained it at the beginning about, I don't know how to describe it. Is it in these parts that we're just doing the going over part? Yeah, because this, we'll see. Oh, because we'll see, I didn't finish it on the white, so I could go back to the white if we can see it, sort of see it. Oh, and thank you, Kathy. Yes. Let's see. So in the going, well, what is call that? In this creating the loop part. So again, we have the two original spokes, right? I know you'll figure it out. But just in case anybody else is having, no, you shouldn't do it in pencil first. I'm just teasing. But we're coming from that. This is where you could do one of two things. You could either, extend that, curve it, or I'm just coming right from the point, so it makes it, like I said, makes it a point there, and then we're coming from that point, curve line back down to the center, and hollowing anything under anything in our way.
Can't see.
Oh, there we go. How's that? I'm off camera, but I'm still using I went back to the white one. Thank you, Roz. But if you did this spiral the wrong, wait. I'm just thinking, how would you do it the wrong way around? So if we started, because then you'd have to go backwards. If you started from a smaller one, Amy, then would it have gone, did you cross a line? I should have put that in there. Don't cross any lines. And and it's one of those, if you did, it doesn't matter. Just have fun with it. It's you'll have created something new.
Yeah,
and it's all good.
I don't know how you got. Oh, well, you're working on something bigger. I was saying, I don't know how you got your spiral to go around so many times. Mine just,
Yeah.
doesn't. That's because.
Yeah, and well, this one too. Well, I had 5 spokes, but that's I partly wanted to do it on here just so that way, I could make sure to have it big. Pat SC says got it on the 3rd try. She's doing it in pencil, and that's okay. And wait,
Nobody's there to see. You don't have to tell us.
no, it's all good. It's all good. Oh, Diana says I started over from my first goof. Let's see. All right. Wait. Luna, wait, I missed something. What are we congratsing Rosie from? Or about? I'm going back through the chats. I missed an announcement? Besides that Rosie's here. Everybody's here. We all, yeah. Yay. Yay us. Oh, and that was what, did I finish? No, let me hit there. Oh yes, we were. Oh, and I did not know that, Rose. That's right. I saw that quickly. Yes, Rosie has a poem book published and written by her. Is it for sale? That is so cool, Rosie. How long ago did you do it, or did you just do it? All right. Oh, that's okay, Luna. But thank you, because I saw that and then I meant to mention it, and so. See, you were late on purpose. Oh, 6 years ago. That is so cool, Rosie. All right, so then for this last one, if anybody's, if I've left anyone hanging, essentially I'm going to air draw where that would go and then just continue as if, because like that's the tip. It's hanging right on. I like this one better than the other. Oh.
Well, I think once you get shading and things on the other one,
Oh yeah,
like you had planned.
yes. And I can finish that last bit. Okay, I like them both. Very, very neat. Oh, you should, oh, so your husband put it in on Japan Amazon. There's probably a way you can, well, I'm just learning this stuff, so I don't know, but I'm sure that there has to be a way. um, put it in, the UK Amazon or other Amazons or something. I think, or give it permission or something. But so neat. All right, now to play. And oh well, Rosie, if I find out anything, I will let you know. I am just embarking on this world. That's what I was working on this morning. Because the company that I'm working with, and then for those, if you happen to be also on, because I did start that page a long time ago called Funding the Habit, just for people to just share ideas and resources. And actually, my accountant did write up something for me, and I need to post it there because it kind of started with, I think, Lavender asking those kind of questions. What do I do this? What do I do that? And I thought, well, let's just start another group. So that way it's all focused there. And so I'll put some information about this. I wanted to kind of go through the process before I said, yeah, this is really cool. So far it's cool, but I kind of want to, we'll get to the end and then I'll say, yeah. But so if you haven't seen it, so was it, I went through the lists of those that attended both, that have attended classes over like the last 2 months, maybe 2.5 months, and made one big email list. For my club members, I sent those ones out separately because I already have that set up on a different list, but everybody else had it. And then I put it on the Facebook group because I wanted to limit. I wanted to limit it to those that that are kind of in the Tangle family, and it's like, and everybody that comes to these regular. Oh my gosh, I better start doing something instead of just talking with my hands. But so the idea is to have fun with our Tangle addicts concept, and and how many times have we said, you're a Tangle addict if, because somebody has done something and they're like, well, that proves it. And so that was the starting premise, and then I added a bunch of other things, asking, well, where, how did you find Zentangle? Did you do art before? To finish that sentence, you're a Tangle addict if, and I'm trying to find something that I want to shade with. Oh, you know what? I haven't used these in a little bit, so let's do that. And is that, ooh, but I could, oh no, let's just do that. Okay. So things like that. So it's a Google form that you just, you click the link and you go there. You might have to log into Google. And if you have a challenge, let me know. And so as I'm collecting stuff, and I didn't meet with my my book coach. When did I get on? Yesterday, because there are a little extra times where we can get a couple minutes, but I wanted to celebrate because I think today I had, I think, 9 almost right away responses, and right now I have 20. I think 20 responses the last time I looked. So thank you.
From me yet.
And I haven't heard from Mom yet. I haven't told you what extra stuff I was. Just kidding. And so I have lots of plans. I mean, I have it outlined, I have it kind of laid out, and so then I was fighting with Word and trying to figure out some things this morning. But they have they call them writing rooms. And everyone gets on Zoom, and then you'll be like this. It's kind of like this. Well, I was hoping to have yes, and thank you, Antonia. I was hoping, because Coach said set it. I said, I know we should set a deadline. And she's like, make it a week, and I'm like, okay. And so so I was my ask was to have them by Sunday anytime. But of course, if there's something, if there's stragglers, of course. And why did I need the mailing address? Well, in case I want to mail you a present. I didn't want to put it in there because I don't know all the process. So the promise is you at least will get an ebook, and I didn't make that a required field, but I figure if I was going to do it that way, I can make a surprise if I wanted to, because I like surprises. So that's why. Oh, all right. Okay, now the debate. I'm gonna just do it. Because I do try not to make promises that I can't keep.
So you use the water soluble?
Yeah, I used the tinted graphite. Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
And this was the indigo blue. Because going back to that tools conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we don't use things enough. Yeah, when we do the other one, there will be a disclaimer that we hold no responsibility to any new things that you might end up buying. So for those that weren't on earlier, that's what Inez says. She's tool confused. So we talked about, and I've thought about it before, but I think we're going to do it now and have a call, and it maybe just on playing with tools and pens and things. What do I do with this? What do I do with that? Yeah, Michelle, yeah, we could do a happy mail exchange. Well, I'm kind of liking this. It's turning out interesting. If I could only get the coloring right. Whoops, let me make sure I'm in there. Rubber stamps for an exchange, Roberta, or
I know where we can find about 100 or so.
or more. Yeah. It's just interesting. But I did like what you did, but now with that, I suppose if I did it with something else, because I really do like how you kind of divided it, and
Well, I shaded it with just the graphite.
right, I could still just shade it with just the graphite.
You could. Or you could use this. Well, see, that's the problem I ran into up there, is like where this one goes over, because I was shading going under.
Oh, right.
I had shaded the top one, but I just made it a little darker. The one,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That works.
and then I went over it again so that with the pen, so it wasn't. What do you call that? When you go over a line to, clean it up or
redefine it. Yeah.
Redefine. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. All right. 1 minute warning. Whoa. Thank you, Luna. And you know what? And let me do this too. If you didn't get the thing, oops, let me just make a link. Maybe make it a short link. There we go. All right, so this is a link to the submission form. If you didn't see it, it's on Facebook and stuff. But there it is.
I didn't understand what you had to do. You have to sign up.
Well, because it's a Google form, so you have to, yeah. Because if well,
You have
depends
to
on
sign
what.
in. You have
You
to
gotta sign into your to Google or something, yeah. And Sharon, yes, thank you. Sharon did hers already. I think you were one of the first, I think. So nice. But and you know, because a lot of it, you know, my envisionment is because it's like who else besides us would read it, but it's like, well, thinking, you know, broader, is it just to kind of share our stories, inspire people that, you know, maybe they've never seen Zentangle, or maybe they have, but just because I like to do things different. So, and I already started the list of the, you know, you know you're a Tangle addict when, and I'm reading through and I'm just, you know, laughing. I'm sitting somewhere serious, and it's okay to be, you know, serious if you want to share something serious. So anyway, there's lots of places to share and share your art, because I do ask what your favorite Tangle is, your mac and cheese Tangle, and share your art, because yeah. So anyway, there's a link. Let me know if you have questions or difficulties. Let's see. And this is all the decoration I've got to. Rosie finished on time. Woo! Actually, I wonder if maybe I'll use this and not. We'll see. What did you? Oh, but you did. Wait. Oh, you did light on this side, dark
I did dark on the left
on
and
the
light on the
left.
right. For no apparent reason, just because.
I could try smushing it, or I could just try, because I did do this kind of light, but I could do it. I don't know. But I could try using the Tortillion on it. It doesn't seem to move as well as regular graphite. This.
Oh, yeah.
But, ooh, that made it look more dimensional. Okay. All right. Well, it's time to share. Yeah. Yes, 11 your time it would be. So we have 3. Yeah. So if anyone wants to open up their webcams. Oh, neat. Ah, so cool. I like the orbs on the inside. Okay, let me get up my thing ready to go. Oh, and Sharona, that looked neat. Wow. Wow. Oh, I got 2 pages, it looks like. Yes. All right. Okay, Amy. Yeah, send it. Yeah, send it to me in the email. All right, we're almost there. Ooh. Love them. All right. Oh, there's okay. And Inez has got hers up. Oops. All right, Antonia was here and then gone. All right. Well, hold them. Hold them. I'm gonna assume this is it. Hold them steady, and if not, we'll just pop me an email. And gotta wait for things to disappear. 1 second. And all right, I have them. Woo! So fun. All right, let me save. Sure. All right. All right, and let's see. New. There we go. All right, let me share my screen and we'll turn off our webcams. There we go. Mom, just have to turn off yours. And I'll save this while we're looking at it. Look at it. Sharon got in 3 of them. Sharon P. And really, I mean, I think, yeah, once you get the hang of it, it's not so bad. I think after a couple times I could almost not look at the instructions again. Almost. So neat. All right. Well, that's neat. I mean, yeah, sure. You're working on just a page, just putting it over. It doesn't matter. It's all good. It makes it interesting. Oh, and that's neat, Shirley. Yeah, and then on top of it, we didn't even have fun with what else can we put around it and in it. Although, look at Felicity and Karen Maxie channeling each other, putting the orbs inside. And then Karen Maxie ordered the whole outside. That's nice. Oh. Oh, let's see. Now, wait a minute. And I like on Barb's, I like how thick her, the spiral and those lines are. But then at the same time, look at Brianna's, how thin those are.
Oh, yeah. That, again, it's a lot of the times it's just dimensions.
Yeah. Oh, now, look at how many Dee Dee did. It's not a contest, I know.
Who can make so many in an hour?
And Deb also. So neat. And then and that's I don't know if I saw a step out, but I know that there was the question of I thought it was Queen Anne's lace, but is it some kind of wild carrot, or is wild carrot Queen Anne's lace? Is it the same thing? But I see that she has that in the middle of Deb at Works. I like how she does. Deb, I love how you just lurk and get so much tangling done.
I don't think you can see the bottom row of.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Yes, let me. There. Yeah, I just didn't move stuff up. I got enamored right away. Ah, there we go. Oh my. Well, I'll continue on my path. Look, I like Diana's and adding orbs here and there. And with the frame. Oh, it's okay. Everyone has orbs on the head, on their mind. Isn't that funny? Because Donna has some too.
Well, if you think about it, this sort of looks like something flying through the air. Like some kind of a whirligig-y thing.
Yeah. Or looking at Linda's, because I was picturing a nautilus as I was doing. Yes. Okay, Inez. We will see what
nautilus being attacked by an octopus that lost 2 legs.
Inez is gorgeous. Get that before you go. Oh my gosh. But I like that, like Donna is having, doing that framing and then putting those orbs in the corners. And then too, she started thickening hers. And Donna, I don't know if I'm going to assume that that's the way you wanted it, because I think it looks really cool. But how she did the thickening of the spiral.
Yeah.
It's a little different than yours. And then I see some rounding in there too. Oh, but wait. But it looks like Donna has an additional line going around the spiral. Like going on the outside. So you see above the darkened line.
Oh, yes. I'm going like a basket weave.
Uh-huh. Neat.
Oh, yeah.
Neat. And yeah.
Ooh, she could do another one of those from the inside.
Could.
Mm-hmm. Remember that for tonight, Heather.
Okay, I'll try. And Felicity's is just gorgeous.
Yeah, I like putting. I would probably have a harder time with the line like Donna did than the orbs. The orbs, I think I would be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay, Antonia, we will see you. Wait, where is Antonia? Oh, it's in alphabetical order. It would be at the top. Oh, yeah, because I saw you there, and then you were gone when I took the picture. You'll have to send it. Oh, let's see. And Jen's, yeah, gorgeous. I want to like the different shades for each. That's a neat idea. We mentioned Karen, so like yeah, the orbs and aura-ing the whole thing. That's nice.
Yeah. But that's a lot of work.
There's a lot of work. Although, yeah, and Cassie's. Oh, I like that with the shading on, just on the one side to give it that depth. That's nice. And look at Kathy's. Look at all those colors.
Oh, somebody said they thought it looked like a runaway snake.
Yeah, it does. Or it was caught. It's a snake trap.
Caught in a snake trap.
It does look like one. But just so pretty. And Laurel's, wow. Now that looks like, Laurel made it look like Phycops.
Oh, it does. Yes.
Because of that.
Yes,
because of
that one line.
Yeah, this one, coming. Oh,
which changes the whole look of it again. And she's got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
Oh. Wow. Ah. Gorgeous. And then look at Linda's. Talk about time consuming. Look at all those orbs in there. See, and she made it look like a nautilus, having the fancy fescues coming out.
Yep.
It's a fancy nautilus. Or like a
See you tonight. Thank you.
Okay, Roz, we'll see you. But that's just so gorgeous. And then Mel's, that I'm guessing that's on a napkin. Because I see it's folded like a t-shirt. Gorgeous. Did I get it, Mel?
It's copy paper, and I did it with the opposite hand.
I think you unmuted by accident, maybe. Oh, but that's so cool. And Michelle's. Well, look at I like that too. I wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't clearly thinking, but just the two shades. Well, wait a minute, 2 shades of blue, but it's kind of.
It's dark and then it gets light again, but it just shows off all the structure of it. Shows up really good.
Really neat. And Rosie's.
Yeah, and look at how she has that second spiral, but see the shadow of it going under that first loop, so it looks sort of transparent.
Yes. Ooh. That's a neat idea. Okay, Brianna, we'll see you next time. Let's see. Did Rosie leave already? And if she did, we'll have to. Oh, she has to. Okay. We'll have to make sure to ask her what colors, what kind of pencils and whatnot she's using. And then Sharon, St. Croix Sharon's. Look at that.
Yeah.
I like the rounding in there, or well, I would call that rounding. It's not necessarily just thickening.
Or weighting, or I also like that some of her loops are more pointy and some are more roundy, and she auraed the whole thing and made it fit into the space. I really like that.
Yeah. And then the decorating too, because you talked steampunk, so the person and the lines.
Yep.
Oh, Felicity needs sustenance. Okay, we'll see you, Felicity. And thanks, Linda. Oh, rounding and an aura, Sharon says. Yeah, it does have movement. It's really, really neat.
The rounding really does help the under and over look.
Yeah,
I mean, it
it
even
does.
more so than the shading.
Another just goes to show you it doesn't matter how you do it. You know, whether the spiral is tight or goes around, you know, multiple times or not, or thin or thick, they all look really, really cool. They are just beautiful, Amy. All right, well, let me say goodbye to the recording.